Hello children, welcome to our maths class. Then ratio and applications we have completed. Today we are going to learn new chapter, that is data handling. Already we have learned about data handling in our 6th class. Class 6 we have learned. So what is meant by data? Data is nothing but collecting of information either in the form of words or numerical numbers is called data. Data is collecting of numbers, collection of information either in the form of words or numerical numbers. Words లో అయినా సరే న్యూమరికల్ నెంబర్స్ లో అయినా సరే మనకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తీసుకోవడం ఏమంటారు? డాటా. డాటా ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ కలెక్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ వర్డ్స్ ఆర్ numerical numbers is called data. So to represent data here they have given some examples. Now we'll take that example and I'll explain. See this. Now in your textbook we have information which is in the form of numbers or words and helps us in taking decisions or drawing conclusions is called data. The names of batsmen and the runs they scored as well. The runs they scored as well as the names of the bowlers and the name of the wickets took is data. Tables and graphs are the ways in which data presented. The numerical entries in the data are called observations. So here they have given, here we have two tables. Observe these two tables. By observing these two tables then we will get one idea about data. See here in first table what we have in the first table, Nana? Top 5 batsmen in World Cup 2011. So name of the batsman and runs scored. First one Dilshan, he is Sri Lanka, he scored 500 runs. Sachin Tendulkar, India, 482 runs. Sangakkara, Sri Lanka, 465. Jonathan Trott, England, 422. Taranga, Sri Lanka, 395. Then this box is about top 5 batsmen in World Cup 2011. Now top 5 bowlers in the World Cup 2011. These are the batsmen, these are the bowlers. Then bowlers first, Shahid Afridi. He wickets taken, 21 wickets he has taken. Zahir Khan, India, 21 wickets. TG Southee, 18 wickets. Robin Peterson, South Africa, 15 runs. Next, Muralidharan, Sri Lanka, 15 runs he has taken. These are the batsmen, these are the bowlers. So based on this we can find that now this information is about both are about World Cups only, but first box representing that batsman, number of batsmen, then how much they scored, and the score chesarani chupistundi. Next here it is number of bowlers, then how many wickets they have taken. It is the data about one cricket. Then based on this we can ask some questions and we can write the solutions easily. Then this data give us an idea of, we have to read this box easily and we can understood easily. ఇలా బాక్స్ లో రాసే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏమవుతుందంటే టక్కున చూడగానే ఆన్సర్ చెప్పొచ్చు. సచిన్ టెండూల్కర్, how many runs he has scored? Where is Sachin Tendulkar? Here we have Sachin Tendulkar, he has scored 482 runs, like that. By seeing and we can say that. They say that Sachin Tendulkar, he has taken 482 runs. So here we have taken data about cricket mans, batsman and bowler. About batsman and about bowler we have taken the information. So if you have taken this data in the form of boxes, then it is easy to understand and it is easy to read. So that's why it is better to take the data in the form of boxes. If you have collected information in the form of boxes, then you have to say that is organization of data. And in data we have some numerical numbers. Numerical numbers are there. That numerical numbers are said to be observations. What we have to call numbers hai kaani mathematics lo vaatni em antarante observations ani antaru. Okay na? So it is about data. Data is nothing but collecting of information either in the form of words or numerical numbers is called data. So we can represent the data in the form of graphs also. ఇలా టేబుల్స్ లో రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు, గ్రాఫ్ లో కూడా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకేనా? దెన్ కమ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్, ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ డాటా. ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ డాటా is nothing but, now here some time Here I have collected the data in the form of group. Group lo collect చేశారు అనుకోండి. For example, here only I will explain with an example. Here I am taking like this 27, 24, 30, 24, 26, 24, 24, 26, 27, 24, 26. Now in a class there are 10 students are there. For 10 students I have conducted an exam for 30 marks. Now can you say how many students got 24 marks? Here you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students they got 24 marks. Then how many students they got 27 marks? 1, 2. 2 students they got 27 marks. How many students got 26 marks? 1, 2, 3. How many students got 30 marks? Only one student she got 30 marks. Now here I have collected data. Here I have collected the data in the form of group. But if I have collected data, if I have collected this data in the form of box, then you have to say that is organization of data. What you have to say that? Organization of data. Same. See here how to say by organization of data. Here marks, number of students. So first we will take from marks as starts from 24 now. So 24 marks. How many students they got 24? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students they got 24 marks. Next here we don't have 25. No, so no need to write 25. Next 26 is there. 26. Here 1, 2, 3. 3 students they got 26 marks. Next 27. Did you anybody grade got 27? Yes. How many? 1, 2. 2 students they got 27. 28 not there. 29 not there. Directly 30. 30. How many students they got 30 marks? Only one student. Now see. Number of students here 10 are there. 4 plus 3 7. 7 plus 2 9. 9 plus 1 10. Total 10 students we got. Now by seeing this box, now can you see how many students got 27 marks? Directly 27 means 2 students. How many students got more than 26? 26 కంటే ఎక్కువ మార్క్స్ ఎంతమందికి వచ్చాయనా? 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 1 6. 6 students they got more than 26 marks like that. Now same data, if I have taken this data in the form of group, it is we are saying the answers, but it is taking more time. It is consuming more time. To understand, we are getting confusion. But if you have now here same data, you have written the form of box. Here it is easy. It is helps us to take decisions easily and say the answers easily, and we are understanding easily. So if you have understood, if you have taken the data in the form of box, then you have to say it is organization of data. Okay. Box lo రాయడాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే organization of data. It is organization of data. Then we have representative value. What is mean by representative value? Representative value is nothing but exactly number. Correct గా నెంబర్ చెప్పడాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే representative value. Like average. Representative value. Here, take out your textbooks and see in your textbooks. In page number 144, we have the information about representative value. Now see, in a hostel, average consumption of rice per child is 150 grams. In a hostel, they are giving rice per one children is 150 grams per day. Oka rojuki 150 grams istunnaru nana. So, if the average in that hostel, the average height of the child is 135 centimeters and average age is 13 years. For per day they are giving 150 grams of rice per one children, and for these children, all the children are 135 centimeters height and 13 years old. 13 years old means exactly they are 6th or 7th class. So 6th or 7th. 6th or 7th class lo untaru nana. So 7th or 8th, sorry. ఇలా ఉంటుంటారు. So in that class, therefore the children they are giving daily 150 grams of rice Now average height is 135 centimeters they have taken, average age is 113 years they have taken. Now they are in that hostel average age they have taken as 135 centimeters. Is all the students age is exactly 135 centimeters? No. Some children are more than 135 centimeters, some children are less than 135 centimeters. Now here they are saying that all the children's are age is 13 years. 13 years అని చెప్తున్నారు. Yeah, exactly 13 ఉంటారు, but some are more than 30. Some are no one less than 13, just some are more than 13, like that 14 will be there, no? That means here they have corrected average. Normal గా ఇంత ఉంటాను అని చెప్తున్నారు. Then they are saying by guessing. So these 135, 150, 13 are said to be representative values. Exactly anta kaadu, maybe anta undochu, maybe. So this is called representative value. This is called representative value. The average rice consumed by the children is 150 grams per day. If they are exactly 135, then they can take exactly 150 grams of rice. If they are less than, then they will be no. Then how one children can eat that much of rice? No. Some children they want to eat but they cannot eat. Some children they can eat. Some children they cannot eat. But they are guessing that children can eat 150 grams. So here they are saying by average. Normally ante tintaru kavachchu ani cheptunnaru. So this represent this average 150 gives an idea about representative value. 135 centimeters. It is also one representative value about their height. It is also one representative value about their years. It is representative value. Representative value. In other section ahead, we can tell about arithmetic mean. That means the same holds for the height. All the example above are a particular representative value is called. Then this particular representative value name antarante arithmetic ani antaru. Arithmetic mean or median or mode. So to express this representative value we have three terms. One is arithmetic mean, mode and median. Three terms are there. First we have to learn about arithmetic mean, next about median, next about mode we have to learn. So we have three terms. One is median, so mean. Based on this representative value, first we have mean or arithmetic mean. Mean or arithmetic mean. Second one median. Third one mode. So based on this representative value, we have to learn what is mean by mean. Mean or arithmetic mean, both are same but two names are there. What is mean by median, what is mean by mode, we have to learn. So first we have arithmetic mean is there. So today we are going to learn about arithmetic mean. Mean means average. So here what is arithmetic mean we have to learn. To find the arithmetic mean, here we have one example. Based on this example we can understand that arithmetic mean. The physical education teacher in a school constructed his students to practice regularly. Rajendra had his practice sessions for a week as follows. Day. So in a school one PT teacher is there. He is saying to practice the games like this. On Monday they have to practice 20 minutes, Tuesday 35 minutes, Wednesday 40 minutes, Thursday 30 minutes, Friday 25 minutes, Saturday 45 minutes and Sunday 15 minutes. Now they are asking daily they are practicing some 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 65 minutes, 20, 40, 15, 20 like that they are practicing. No total week they are practicing. Then they are asking what is the average practice by the children they are asking. To find average is nothing but arithmetic mean only. Then to find the average we have the question that is how to find the average. Average ఎలా find out చేశారంటే here they are practicing total week మొత్తం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా. So on Monday how much time they are practicing? On Monday they are practicing 20 minutes. On Tuesday they are practicing 35 minutes. On Wednesday 40 minutes. On Thursday 30 minutes. On Friday 25 minutes. Saturday 45 minutes. Sunday 15 minutes. So here daily they are practicing, so we have to add that all the minutes. We have to add the time. Time actual. So by adding this, we will get 210 minutes. 210. Now to find the average of 210, we have to divide this number by 7. Then why we have to divide with 7? 7 to enduku divide cheyali madam? Because we have 7 weeks, that is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got 7 no? Because of this reason, we have to divide 210 by 7. 7 months are 7, 7 30s are 210. So the average practice of the children per 1 week is 30 minutes, we have to say. Practice section per day, sorry, per day we have to find. So the average section per day per children is 30 minutes. Like this, you have to find the average. So by this, we will get one formula, that is average or arithmetic mean is equal sum of observations by number of observations. The average data is also called arithmetic mean or mean. దీన్ని ఏమంటారంటే యావరేజ్ ని ఏమనొచ్చు అంటే మనము we can call this average average ని ఏమనొచ్చు అంటే we can say it as mean or arithmetic mean. Both are same. Mean or arithmetic mean. It is about mean. To find the mean or average, we have one formula, that is average is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. Sum of observations, so we have to add the number of observations. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have to take 7. Number of observations. So by using this formula, we have to complete exercise 1. Sum of observations by number of observations. Okay, children? Then directly we will go to the exercise 1, that is then exercise 1, first question. So maximum daytime temperatures of Hyderabad in a week from 26th February to 4th March. 26th February, 27th February, 28th February, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. In a week they have recorded. అంటే హైదరాబాద్లో 26th February నుండి 4th March వరకు టెంపరేచర్స్ ఇలా ఉన్నాయంటే హౌ మీన్స్ ఫస్ట్ వన్ recorded as 26 degrees Celsius on first day it is 26 degrees Celsius, second day 27 degrees Celsius, third day 30 degrees Celsius. In temperature we have to say that degree Celsius. Fourth day also 30 degrees Celsius. Fifth day it is 32 degrees Celsius. Then fifth day it is 33 degrees Celsius and last day it is 32 degrees Celsius. Then based on this question we have to find. These are the maximum day temperatures per 1 day. In a week the temperature is like this. Then they have asked the question, see, what is the maximum temperature of the week? What is the maximum temperature of the week? First question. Second question is, what is the average temperature of the week? What is the maximum temperature of the week? That means in this week, on which day the temperature has recorded more? In which day? It is in first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. So what is the more temperature here? 33 is the more temperature. So what is the maximum temperature of the week? The maximum temperature of the week is 33 degrees Celsius. Simply it is directly 33 degrees Celsius. First one is 33 degrees Celsius. Then what is the question? What is the next question? What is the average temperature? What is the average temperature of the week? What is the average temperature of the week? To find the average temperature of the week, what we have to do? We have to find the average. What is the formula for average? Average is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. Sum of observations by number of observations. So sum of the observations means we have to add these observations. How many are there? 26 degrees Celsius plus sum means we have to do addition. 27 degrees Celsius plus 30 degrees Celsius plus 30 degree Celsius plus 32 plus 33 plus 32. Here we have 7 observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then how many are there? Number of observations are 7. So by 7 we have to take. Now we have to add. Take the ones place numbers. 2, 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 7, 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. 14 plus 6 is 20. 0 here, 2 will become carry. Then count the tens place. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. 15 plus 2, 17. 17 plus 2, 19. 19 plus 2 carry. 19, 20, 21. 21 by 7. Then that is 210 degrees Celsius by 7. 7 ones are 7 30s are. So the maximum temperature of the week is 30 degrees Celsius. It is the first answer. Understand? Here you have to write maximum temperature of the week is, what is the, sorry, average temperature. Average temperature of the week is equal to average temperature of the week is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. Understand? Then see the second question. Rice consumed in a school under the midday meal program for 5 consecutive days is 15.750 kgs, 14.850 kgs, 16.500 kgs, 14.7700 kgs and 17.700 kg. Find the average rice consumption of for the first 5 days. For the 5 days. Then in a school they are giving midday meals. For that midday meals they are asking what is the average for 5 days. They have given midday meals. What is the average they are asking? We have to find the average for the midday meals. So for first day they have given. First day they have used how much Nana? 15.750 kgs. Second day 14.850 kgs. Next 3rd day 16.500 kg. 14.700 kg. And last day 17.700 kgs they have used. Then how many days they kept the midday meals, Nana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then these are the 5 days. For these 5 days we have to find the average. So average formula is sum of observations is equal to number of observations. Average is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. So sum of observations, first one is 15.750 plus 14.850 plus 16.500 plus 14.700 plus 17.700. Then how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 observations are there. Then we have to add this. First one is 15.750, 14.850, 16.500, 14.700, 17.700. Then add this. 0 plus 0, 0. 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 0 is 10. 10 plus 0 is 10. Only 0 here. 1 will become carry. 7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 5 is 23. 23 plus 7 is 30. 30 plus 7 is 37. 7 here. 3 will become carry. 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 6 18, 18 plus 4 22, 22 plus 7 is 29. 9 here, 2 will become carry. 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 1 7. Here decimal point as it is, that is 79.700. 79.700 by 5. Then it is possible to cut in 5 table. 5 ones are 5. 5 ones are 5. 2 will left. 5 5s are 25. Out of 29, 25 is completed. 4 will left. Here decimal point as it is. 5 9s are 45. 2. 5 4s are 20. 5 zeros are 0. So that is 15.940 kgs. So the average food for first 5 days is 14.950 kgs. So you have to complete the remaining problems like this only. In the next class we will complete remaining problems. Complete your homework up to here. So first and second problems. In the next class we will complete remaining all problems. Write down what you have to say. The average rice consumption for the first 5 days is, the average rice consumption for first 5 days is 15.9. Average rice consumption 15.940. Okay, children, complete up to here. Sorry, Nana. It is 79.500. 79.500 means 5 ones are 5. 5 5 is 25.5. 5 9 is 45. 0 0 as it is. So 15.9 kgs. Here you have to say 15.9 kgs. So solution has completed. Remaining problems we will learn in the next class.